Hey guys, Joshua Skywriter here. Today I'm going to be talking about writing for comedy variety series. Recently, I had the opportunity to write on a comedy television variety pilot. So I just wanted to talk about that experience. I wanted to share some of my thoughts on what it was like, what the environment was like, and the certain doors that I feel like it's open for me, and also some of the skill sets that I learned while I was there. Also, I want to apologize to viewers for not posting videos for quite some time. Things have been pretty busy lately, but in a good way, and this was actually one of the things I was working on during that time. Now, how did I get this opportunity would probably be the first question that comes to mind for a lot of people. Well, I had actually pitched a few variety series ideas, and there was one network in particular that the production company I teamed up with to go out with this pitch liked, but they wanted to completely change it. And they changed it to such a degree that it really became something else. But the kernel of my idea was still in there. And the production company, they basically told the production company, if you're able to attach a host, a known host, or at least a host who has a fan base, along with a showrunner that could actually do this, we will fund what's called a pilot presentation. And a pilot presentation is basically, a pilot. So they did. They were able to attach a host that was fairly well known and a showrunner that's well known as well. And basically, they started a writer's room. I mean, the writer's room for that was really the producer's really nice house. And to prove that I wasn't just going to be dead weight, because a lot of the samples they had seen for me were 1 hour science fiction drama samples, which I obviously love writing. But I mentioned that I could write comedy too, and I proved it because I'd written a couple of comedy pilots, but I also wrote for a comedy Marvel web series, and I also used to do stand-up, surprise, and I also did, there was something else that I did that was really, I wrote for a Marvel series. Oh, I did UCB, and I'm an Upright Citizens Brigade diversity scholar. So, and I wrote for campus comedy television, and I interned at the Daily Show. So I had a background in comedy, and I love comedy. Unfortunately, comedy and drama are such different worlds that everyone tells you should choose one. And I think for someone's career, they should choose just one, because it's so hard to market yourself. And I honestly took this opportunity because it was offered to me, and because I could do it, and I knew I could do it, and I kind of created this, or I did create this. So that was a big part of it. Anyway, but I've made contacts over the years in the comedy world, and me and a comedy writing partner, I do work with a comedy writing partner sometimes, had written a strong joke packet, that are 2 or 3 pages. A joke packet is basically, for those of you who don't know, a document that you write, kind of one-liners that you see on late night shows. You write 10 or 15 of them, or 20, or, some joke packets require you to write 5 based on topical news headlines. And then you write some sketch segments and stuff like that. So I had a pretty strong joke packet. I sent it in just to prove I could do it, and I got a call from the producer and said, hey, we liked it, the host liked it, and the showrunner liked it, so yeah, we'd like you in the room. I mean, technically I could have shoehorned myself in the room since I came up with the idea along with them, but luckily I didn't have to do that. I could prove I knew I had the skill set. So anyway, the room was me and a handful of other comedy writers. Most of them were stand-ups. All of them were smart. All of them were funny and talented and charming people. One thing I noticed about the comedy writing room, though, specifically one loaded with stand-ups, is that it can be very competitive and almost kind of a lone gunman sort of way. It wasn't as collaborative as I had wished it to be. And not to say anything disparaging of the room, all the people were really great, but I think that was kind of a persona or kind of an aura that I got from stand-ups. And someone had pointed that out to me who actually comes from the improv world. And I think their observation was correct. But anyway, we spent about a week or two, just writing jokes, reading magazines, paying attention to the news, and just kind of riffing on it. And it was a lot of fun. We ate well, we laughed a lot, and it was really cool, especially when they ended up shooting the pilot. It was just kind of a trip to go in and say, wow, like these are words that we came up with, and now they're shooting them. And I think that's kind of the drug that keeps any writer going, especially for the screen, is to actually see what they create come to life. It was really magical. So that was really cool. And what was really great about that was I was able to parlay that into the original joke packet that I wrote for that. I used again as a sample for another late night comedy show that's currently on the air, and me and my comedy writing partner were luckily invited to write for to submit a packet to a really big show. Whether or not we'll get in, I don't know, but it was really cool that we got invited to do that. So again, like for me, the biggest takeaway was, in terms of obtaining these sorts of opportunities, is knocking on the doors, but more importantly, having samples that are primed and ready. So if someone is looking for someone to write for them, they go, oh, well, this guy can obviously do it, or this lady can obviously do it, and it'll go that way. So yeah, that was my experience. I don't know if that variety show is going to get picked up or not. I hope it does. Either way, I just feel really lucky and blessed to have gotten the experience to do that and put on my CV, and also, have that as a part of, as a sample, essentially. So thanks so much for watching, guys. I'll certainly be posting more videos frequently, and thanks for watching.